Right now, nearly 29,000 firefighters are battling almost 100 large fires across the West. In Washington state, where 3 firefighters were killed, fires are forcing people in a 5th town to leave their homes. Danielle Nottingham is in Twisp, where crews took a moment to remember the first responders who lost their lives.
As 3,000 firefighters in Washington battled more than a dozen major wildfires across the state, the lives of 3 of their own were honored late Thursday. Ambulances carrying the bodies of the deceased passed as fire crews paused alongside of the road, hands and helmets over their hearts.
These are people who are lost doing what firefighters do, which is to rush towards the fire rather than away.
Officials identified the U.S. Forest Service firefighters killed near the town of Twisp. 31-year-old Richard Wheeler, 26-year-old Andrew Zajac, and 20-year-old Tom Bajewski. After their vehicle was involved in an accident near this road, the men were caught by shifting winds and overrun by flames.
The fire went straight up the hill, and there was a lot of firefighters here, and real quick, but the wind was blowing and it just went up the hill. And it just did a 180 and started coming downriver.
The news of their death stunned people who live in this small town.
This is really hard. It's not an easy thing at all.
Don Calvert is a baseball coach in Twisp. His son went to school with one of the victims.
These are kids they're putting their life on the line, not just here in California and Oregon, I mean Arizona, all kinds of places. Nobody's going to be able to replace these kids. So.
One firefighter injured by the flames, 25-year-old Daniel Nottingham, remains in critical condition at Seattle's Harborview Medical Center with burns over 60% of his body.
He can't speak. He's on a ventilator. But he did motion. He knew we were there, and he could communicate a little bit.
I love my son. He loved being a firefighter. He loved serving the community.
Danielle Nottingham joins us now. Danielle, how are the weather conditions today? Will they help firefighters with their battle?
Well, Elaine, they may catch a break in the weather today. There's a chance of rain in the forecast later this evening, but it will warm up and it will dry out again. So that could create some more conditions for more wildfires. So if they get a reprieve, it will be very, very short.
The firefighters who died, Danielle, were told that they were part of some highly specialized crews that go into dangerous areas. Can you describe what those crews do?
So those crews go ahead of the rest of the teams. They go and they inspect the area of the fire to see how dangerous it is and how they can make their attack plan. So they're kind of the first in line to go into the fire and assess the situation to let the others know how they can attack the flames.
And do we know, Danielle, how the injured firefighter, Daniel Lyons, is doing today?
Well, he's in the hospital still with 60% burns on his body. The 3 other firefighters that were injured, they were released from the hospital. They were treated and released.
You know, it seems like officials are asking people to leave their homes at a moment's notice. Other than door-to-door notifications, how are officials communicating with these communities?
Yeah, a lot of county officials are using Twitter and Facebook also to alert citizens. They're really trying to get people to pay attention to these evacuation orders. They're mandatory in some sense. In Washington, they issue them. You don't have to leave your home, but they're urging residents to leave. These flames are moving fast. These fires are sparking quickly, and they're asking everyone when they ask them to leave to actually leave their homes.
All right, Danielle Nottingham in Twisp, thank you.